Okay, so Dynamite is tonight. Well, Dynamite / Collision. It's a 3-hour show this time. Pretty stacked card, bro. It's 8 o'clock. I'm trying to get this out quick because I want to watch the football. And then also, to be honest, it's a 3-hour show and barely anything's been announced. So we're just going to talk about the predictions now and then talk about what I think is going to happen during the show too. So yeah, it is 3 hours. So hooray. So, the first thing to talk about is our women's tag match, which was Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander teaming up again after their tension continues to rise against Harley Cameron and Mina Shirakawa, who they've been having a bit of a squabble with recently. I don't know. I think do you do the team with Stat and Shida now? Possibly. Makes sense, build it to, for Double or Nothing from this point. But there's definitely, an angle going into that. Stat's getting fed up with everyone. This could work. Mina and Harley being there. I think Harley should get the piss beaten out of her. I really do. I like Harley Cameron to the most part, but she needs the piss beaten out of her in this match to really hone this story and everything home. The match I think will be good. I hope it gets a bit of time. With a 3-hour show, they shouldn't really be limited for time. But I think they definitely should give this one a lot of time. Not a lot of time, but at least 10-15 minutes easy. But Mina versus Shida is going to be great again. Mina versus Stat. All these combinations. Even the Harley ones are going to be good. But the main thing is, does this develop the story of what's going on with Stat, what's going on with Shida, and how, are they eventually going to face a Double or Nothing, or build them past that? I think they do the turn here. I think the natural build, how it's been involving Harley and Mina. But I think Stat will turn on Shida and also turn and not reunite with Harley and Mina. I think there'll be some sort. I don't know. I feel like you gotta have Willow involved, but I don't know what's going on there. But either way, I think that's going to be the outcome. I think that'll be the main service of this match. But either way, this will be interesting. Definitely got a lot riding on it. Feels like it's come to a point now, so that's what I'm really looking forward to see this match for what it leads into. Definitely. So after this, we actually get a double Jeopardy match between Orange Cassidy and Dax Harwood. So basically, if Dax wins, they get a shot at the Trios belt against the conglomeration with Tommaso Ciampa. And if Orange wins, he gets a shot. I don't know who gets the shot at the tag titles, but they do, essentially. What do I think? I think FTR win. I think that's the more logical outcome. Because you can get them the Trios belt, and then you can kind of still keep them gold. You can give Ciampa a belt easy, and then still pass the belts on to Coben Cage. A Double or Nothing if they do that. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely room to do that. How do I think this match goes? I think the match will be fun, as you expect with Cassidy. But I think the main thing is Ciampa and Cash getting involved, most likely. Do I think Roddy and Kyle get involved too? Yes, I do. But I wonder how this goes. Ciampa being there, I would like to see. Ciampa and Stokely having a bit of an interaction always tickles me. I just love those two specifically, but them two just existing in the same realm will be really cool. But as a match, I'm looking forward to this. Cassidy never disappoints me. I think Cassidy's so fucking good. So I want to know how this goes further on. So, yeah, this will be an interesting match to show. But I think FTR win it. And then they get the Trios match before Double or Nothing. That's very key. Before Double or Nothing. After this, we get one of my most anticipated matches for a while. We get Jon Moxley and his AEW Continental title Eliminator match versus Juice Robinson. Now, if you didn't see, I covered Juice's match previously, his match with Moxley for the US IWGP belt, because that's one of their better matches. Juice and Mox got a bit of a rivalry, you see, and obviously Austin Gunn and the Gunn's back, and obviously Ace Austin's back. There's a big hole missing, and the big question going into Dynamite is, does Jay White return tonight? I feel like I need to manifest this shit. Yes, he does. I need Jay White back. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. I adore Jay White, and I think that's the easiest thing to do. It's an eliminator, so Juice could still win, and they could build that up for Jay to return in another instance. But I feel like Jay White, this is definitely building to the Jay White return. He might not return tonight, but I feel like if they build this to be Moxley's Double or Nothing match against Juice, or, even against Jay at Double or Nothing, I feel like that's definitely the call. I feel like there's definitely going to be either Jay returns tonight, or it builds towards Jay. And either way, whatever they do, this fucks. I'm a fan of this. So, I like this a lot. However, the big question is obviously about the match. I can't wait for this match. I love modern day Moxley. I love Moxley. That match with Juice, I really enjoyed if you watch them Rats Ramble on it. I'm looking forward to this. I think Juice getting minutes on TV is brilliant too. That's a big thing for me. But just the more it goes, I like this a lot. I do. I like this a lot. So this interests me. The main thing is, does Jay get involved? I fucking hope to God he does. But I don't know if he does. But there's not more I want in this life than Jay White to come back. I need Jay White's. I'll make a separate video on Jay White, but I've made a match ramble on him and Hangman actually. But either way, all the time, I need this. I need Jay White to return, but the match itself as well satisfies me. That's gonna fuck beyond belief. Gonna be so good. So our main event to predict is Darby Allin and his men's world title versus Kevin Knight, as announced last week on Dynamite. I think obviously Darby will win here. I think that makes sense. I think it'll be a great match. I'm really looking forward. This feels like a really good match, just on paper, as you expect from the two great wrestlers. It makes Darby's world title reign so far be great, still be great. I think they'll build Roosh again. I feel like they'll build Roosh to his rematch. Maybe he'll have Roosh. He's not announced yet, obviously, but I feel like that makes sense. There's a lot of stuff you could do. I feel like, but Kevin Knight here is going to be great. Do they do something teasing Kevin Knight heel turn, maybe? I hope not yet. I feel like with the TNT belt, and you've still got the stuff with Shibata there. That's definitely a thing. But either way, I feel like there's definitely methods to go down with this. But I'm looking forward to this match a lot, just from the in-ring work. But I think they set up Roosh next for Darby. Do I think Max has a bit of involvement? Maybe objects to it at the promo. Maybe they do a promo before the match. But either way, this intrigues me. This match, I'm just looking forward to. There's not really much to predict. I think Darby will win. I don't think they'll do much after it, but I do look forward to actually the in-ring stuff of this match. I think this really intrigues me. I'm looking forward to this match a hell of a lot. So, besides that, that's everything announced so far. I'm sorry that it's a bit lightweight, but, you know, blame Tony. What do I think will be announced? I think one thing they will do, and I think it's definitely, if you've not seen the recent news, Ted Turner has died, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Ted Turner. Not even from a wrestling standpoint. I love Warner Brothers and, you know, the stuff that they've done for, you know, the industry, TV. So, kind of a shame. As I'm listening to Aqua Teen Hunger Force, a show we fucking hated. So, there's that. But I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I think they'll do a little tribute to Ted, as they should. You know, big pioneer for wrestling too. But then also, other things, I think they have to do something with Okada and Takeshita. I think that's very key. I think they have to have the big ones. Again, it's a 3-hour show, so there's so much you can do. I think they've got to build Jack versus Davis at, you know, for the second half of Collision on Saturday. I think they should have Joe have a match. Frankly, I think Joe should have a match this week. Ospreay stuff's key. I feel like they'll touch on Ospreay in Japan with Newman, but they'll bring Ospreay back, have a little segment maybe with Moxley and the Death Riders. And I think we'll get some good matches. I think the big things for me is what we do with Andrade after winning the Global. And I also think, what do we do with Max too? I think there's a lot of kickstart their feud. I need Kenny back. I think that's a big thing. I think we need Kenny Omega back too. So I think that's a big thing. But either way, yeah, I think there's a lot of things we can get done here. Setting them up. Willow, obviously having a TBS belt feels natural. Probably get promos from all the champions, stuff like that. But the big ones I'm expecting Okada and Takeshita again. Obviously Tekla. I feel Tekla's definitely. I think Rush will have a little showcase. Same with Bandito and or Brody King. I think they're normal, naturally in that role. But stuff like that. We probably get a big tag match. But I'm missing the Bucks and Kenny at the minute. I'm missing the Elite, frankly. So I feel like that makes sense. But obviously also we got Swerve and Bandito soon. So I don't know when they're building that. I think that's just for Double or Nothing. But either way, that's got to have a build too. So that makes sense. But either way, this intrigues me a lot. This card, even though it's not out yet, there's a lot of wiggle room with it. And 3-hour Dynamite, great for me. Yay! But yeah, I'm looking forward to this a lot. Going to be a really good show. Can't wait. So yeah, that's my predictions for Dynamite this week. Again, sorry it's a bit brief because I'm trying to, one, I'm busy a bit. I'm trying to just get, you know, watch the football. But two, obviously the show isn't fully announced. I normally do it around this time anyway. I will let you guys know as well if you didn't see the previous videos. This week I normally do the screenshots with my review. I will not be doing it, so it actually might be a bit quicker out. That actually is a benefit. But just letting you guys know that will be a thing. But yes, let me know what you think, Dynamite. What do you think will be announced? And how excited are you for Moxley versus Juice? Do you think Jay White comes back? That is the main question. Does Jay come back? I hope to God, yes.